Voice Lounge, where voices come to life.
Welcome to an episode of Connect and Learn, brought to you by the Voice Lounge and in partnership with the Department of Education here in the Eastern Cape. We are at one of the schools that is well known for its excellence in academics, in sport, and also in music. The name of the school is called Ebenezer Majombozi High School, Ezpunzana Kugombo. So we are here now to connect and learn on how the school has achieved its excellence and how it has maintained it throughout the years, so that to inspire all the other schools and also to inspire learners as they go about writing their exams this year in 2025. In front of me, we have the principal who has been at the helm of the school since 2017. That is 8 years, and he has marked the school and has put the school on a pedestal for being excellent when it comes to everything that includes learners and the school as a whole. Mr. Pakade, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you.
Okay.
Welcome to the Voice Lounge, and thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much, and I feel greatly welcome to your setup. Yes, you have correctly put it. I'm Victor Loiso Pakade, and I took over as school principal in 2017.
Yes.
Yes, what has brought the school to where it is teamwork. Bound on school values that are attached to every grade of the 5 grades. If I may talk about that, I would say
Please.
For grade 8 as they come, we make them focus on honesty. For grade 9s, they focus on respect, which is the second value. Then grade 10 on the third value, which is empathy. And then grade 11, dedication. And then grade 12, excellence. So that is what makes us work very hard as a staff. When I came here, the staff was made up of 31 teachers and 1,119 learners. But now we have got 63 teachers for 2,366 learners.
Wow.
Which for us is a big growth. And I'm happy that through our actions and activities and engagements, we've managed to have more youth employed as teachers. Because most of the 63 teachers that we have are youth. So that's our commission. So I think that is basically for me, what makes me or what makes the school to be where it is hard work, which is based on teamwork.
Yes, yes.
And that is based on you thinking about other people and what you can contribute to them, so as to build up this strong system.
You mentioned honesty to the grade 8s, you know, the value that you want to instill in them. How important do you think that value is in general, just the honesty element of it all, so that you can get to a point where you reach excellence at the end?
I think right now, for instance, you have seen one learner coming. She came to produce a key that she picked up.
Yes,
a car key. And that is honesty. And that honesty builds their character. So that character is built on honesty.
Yes.
You must be honest. And then that honesty in general is transferred also or linked to academic honesty, so that you don't copy, you study, you produce. So honesty is key, and that we have introduced it to be started with in grade 8, when they are still 14 years.
Yes.
They grow up with it, and so on and so forth. So for me, that is very important, honesty. When you know something, say it. When you don't, when you like it, say it. When you don't like it, say it. Honesty is the key.
I like that because I think the way things are going in that country as well, we'll see. But if there was a level of honesty in how things are run in certain elements, in certain departments, things would go a different direction than they are now.
Yeah.
Now, you've been at the helm for 8 years.
Yes.
I remember asking from before, being here at Ebenezer, where else you went, and you explained that to me. And you said, I think this is where I'm going to retire. For me, I would like to know, this school, what has it done for you as someone who is a professional and educator as well? I think in the sense of the achievements that you've achieved, what has it done for you, as an educator?
Okay. When I came to the school for interviews in 2016, I nearly cancelled this coming here.
Oh.
And when I heard that I've won and that I was going to be appointed as principal, I nearly turned that down.
Oh.
Because when I came to the school,
Yes,
it was really horrible. Its structure, the learners,
yes,
everything. So I said, hey, I thought of my school because where I came from, Kwakomani, is a very much functioning school,
yes,
complete in its way. So then I said, okay, God has allowed me to come here. Let me do what I can do. I started then. Worked very hard. And then one of my key things is to consult so that we can work as a team.
yes,
So that we don't have a situation where everything depends on one person. As you know, I'm a teacher. I teach only English and history. But the teachers, they are teachers for maths, they are teachers for science and so on. How do they get that? I made the point that I expand and develop them and give them chances to actually come out.
yes, yes.
And one of the main things, or one of the greatest things that has motivated me also is to see my contributions developing a child from a poor family and developing them into being something.
Yes.
We have made that. We have produced brilliant learners that have gone out there. One of them, I've just been informed by a parent, he is now studying in India.
Wow.
And is the only African child that is doing what he's doing.
Yes.
And I applauded that. And I reported that to my staff and asked them to stand up and applaud for themselves. You see, that's a contribution. Also, I also entered into National Teacher Awards. That's when I became a provincial champ in the Kari Asmal, that thing you see there.
Yes, I see.
And this thing that you see here.
Yes.
Yeah. So those for me are some of the greatest achievements. Besides me transforming a child who is developing
Yes.
and shaping up that character so that it becomes a wonderful character. You see? A character that does not break down, a character that does not do wrong things. I've seen us transforming a lot of boys who have been on drugs, a lot of girls. There was a high rate of pregnancy when I came here, but through these engagements, that dropped.
Yes.
And instead, excellence, academic excellence has grown up. You see?
You mentioned, because as we're having the conversation, we're talking about, how you achieved the excellence. So you mentioned, having your principles in place, having teamwork in place. Now, has it been a challenge for you to maintain that? And what were the challenges that you see yourself facing as the principal of the school, including with the staff as well, to maintain that level of excellence?
I pray. I pray. That's first. Then second thing, I consult my staff from time to time.
Yes.
Thirdly, I communicate clearly to them so that they can also communicate clearly back to me.
Yes.
So then after that, what becomes critical is the action teachers must go to classrooms.
Yes.
And must actually teach.
Yes.
And learners must come to school and must actually learn.
Yes.
Thirdly, parents must come to school and actually support the schools and support their children.
Yes.
Those are key for me. And I can safely say they always lead to me succeeding as a principal, because even at Kwakomani, it was the same scenario. At Johannesburg, where I started as a principal, it was the same. I was still young then because I was 32 years old when I started as a principal. From post level 1, I started as a principal of post level 4. So I've always been growing, and this has led to my schools growing. When I went to Kwakomani was post level 4, but I transformed it into post level 5. When I came here, it was post level 4, but now it is post level 5. So that is development that is visible.
Yes, yes. Now let's talk about the excellence part of things. We've spoken about your awards, obviously, the Provincial National Teaching Award. We've got the Kada Asmal Award as well, recognizing your work. And through your hard work, and your staff, obviously, and as you mentioned that now your parents are involved, the learners are also involved. Everyone has to work together to achieve this high level of excellence at the school. Last year, you achieved a 93.4% pass rate.
Oh, you know that. Okay.
And the previous year, it was 84.2%. So it's always high. It stays there. And obviously, from last year upwards, what are you hoping for this year? Are you working towards, is your goal, I think the question I want to ask is your goal to get more, or is it just to make sure that the children pass and they pass well? You don't have targets, but the targets come because of the hard work.
That's a very tricky question. If I were to respond to that question personally, mine is to just teach the kids to make sure that they are ready.
Yes.
But then the department, my employer, enforces us to put targets because they also put targets.
Yes, yes.
So then on that, I don't think and I don't see us dropping from 93%, even though we have the highest enrollment in the district at 296 matriculants.
Yes.
But I don't think we will fall less than 90%.
And
I'm very, very sure about it.
And how do you achieve those high marks? I mean, we've spoken about the foundation of the school, obviously, and the processes that you have in place and the teamwork that you have in place. But how do you achieve those? Let's just specifically speak now about matriculants. 2025, we've got the matriculants writing the geography paper today. Abanye bebe subjects the days before. But that 93.4 pass rate, how does it come about?
That comes out of hard work by teachers, hard work by learners, and most importantly, hard work by myself, because I support them.
Yes.
I make sure that I stay behind. From January to March, I establish afternoon studies for learners to study up to 5:30. Then second term, I changed that from that to 7:30. And by that time, I'm the only one who is left behind with the learners for them to do their homework, to study as well. And then also the parents come in to support them when they're at home. So that's how I work towards a particular and a high percentage.
And do you, as a school, also partake in camps, when you have the learners who come and stay in the schools and those school camps or winter camps and so on before exams?
No, we don't participate in camps, but what we do, we have extended study periods.
Okay.
We have extended classrooms where teachers come even on weekends to come and have classes with the kids.
Okay.
For me, that is enough, because bringing kids into the school setup where you have to convert classrooms into bedrooms, for me, I don't think it's quite dignified and it's quite necessary. when you want to achieve something, you don't devalue what you already have. Okay. You don't bring it down, but you just strengthen it. So we're strengthening the kids. They still have to go home and sleep at their homes,
yes,
comfortably. And the school must be kept as a school. So my belief is that there is no need for that. Absolutely.
No need.
There's no need for us as the school.
As a school, yes.
I know other schools do, and I don't have a problem with that because that's their comfort. But my comfort with my school is to teach them, have extra classes, and that's enough.
So that there's also a balance with them having family life
home,
and going home.
And sleeping comfortably at their homes.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. And so now the matriculants, as I mentioned earlier, they're writing the exams now. How have the exams been progressing since they started?
They've been progressing quite well and quite excellently. Yeah, as you saw them in the classrooms, they're comfortable. I haven't seen them complaining much. Yes, of course, there are some question papers that were a little bit tough, but at least none of them has collapsed as a result of the question paper being tough.
Yes.
So every question has to be answered. However, it should be answered.
There should
be an answer. There should be a response because they are prepared.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about the awards then. This year we've mentioned your awards, but you've had learners as well from the school who have excelled when they've gone out to the national platforms. When it comes to, for instance, to mention the Investec Promaths Awards as well. How did the school feel? How did you feel? How did the learners feel as well? When they went out to perform and compete against, I would say, the best of the best in the country, and they come back with that award and the prize money as well, 250,000 rand. Yeah.
We feel very much excited. We still cannot believe it, but it is there. And it greatly motivates us. And it motivates the kids as well as the parents. Such that even what we're going to do with the 250 is something that is going to be beneficial to the kids for quite a long time, because we're going to erect a shelter there in the assembly point so that when they are there in a decent and exciting way.
Yes.
Yeah. It motivates the teachers also. It also tells us that we are valuable, no matter to what extent, but at least there is some value in us.
Yes.
Again, there are some learners that participated in a provincial competition, environmental thing. And those learners came position one in the province, thus winning 103,000.
Sure.
Which is still what we are going to receive.
Yes.
And so that we add up those things and do something valuable for the kids. Yeah.
And speaking of the environmental award and also doing something for the kids, when you were walking around the school, you mentioned to our team as well that, Nanzia, a greenhouse, this helps the community. How important do you think it is for learners of the school and just children of the community to be part of such initiatives, having a greenhouse where you can grow your own crops and, learn through that process? What do you think it teaches them, and how important is it for them to learn those values?
Okay, that I take it from it's an extension of African concept. Umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu.
Yes.
So the institution is here for the community.
Yes.
So we thought of something that we can plow back to the community, so that the community engages and the youth from the community has got something important that they can attach to the school.
Yes.
It's also one of the ways in which we have managed to say to the youth, don't vandalize school. See the school as an area of benefit for you.
Yes.
Even if you are not schooling at that school, but at least there is something that you're benefiting from that school. So that greenhouse is there to convey that message to the community that we should love our school. Because besides me having gone to other schools, but I benefit from that greenhouse project. I get employed, I also get food from that.
Yes.
So that greenhouse kind of a thing is our gesture to the community that don't destroy us, for we are for you.
Yes, yes. Great message to the community. And we're still going on the excellence in the awards. I noticed at the back of me, behind me, that there's choir awards, choral awards. There's also sports awards as well. And I just want to understand from your point of view the importance of having that balance in a school where you have academic excellence, but you also have other arms of the schools. Yes.
You see, when you grow as a person, you have got a lot of things, and we're not equal. There are people that may be good in sport, may be good in music, may be good in books and all the stuff. So that's how we develop that. It comes from within myself, because when I was still at school, I used to play rugby.
Yes.
I used to sing in the choir. I used to participate in the personality kind of things. You see, that balanced my character. So my wish to involve this and include or add these activities is to balance the character of our kids.
Yes.
That as a person, you must not be focused on one particular thing. You must balance yourself. See to that you participate in that and that. You see, and it has helped us because it has broadened their thinking, and it has polished their acts, so that their acts are polished and they always aim to shine. They have not shown in a particular activity, but they shine in another one, and so on. And also, kids learn to appreciate themselves, because when you make announcements on these achievements, the whole school applauds.
Yes.
Which means they know that umntu kumntu kabanye abantu. And uthixo ke mos usiphe izipho ngezipho.
That's true.
And ezo zipho funeka sizibhalansise, sifuna sizi-appreciate.
Yes.
Coming to this academic particular thing, look there on the walls. Those are academic awards there. And you see there is also my name there.
Yes.
Academic achievers. So it makes, or it instills sense of pride in the kids.
Yes.
Sense of pride in the teachers, and also sense of pride in the parents. That what we aim for at the school is excellence, not any other thing, but excellence. Not mediocrity, no. We aim for excellence. However, or wherever we fall, but our aim is excellence.
And, you say wherever we fall, obviously that means that, things are not always as smooth.
They can't.
As you would like them to be.
Yes.
So what is it that one thing maybe, or two things that as you go ahead through these years as a principal of the school, that you would want to achieve more? We've got the academics on point. We've got, the choral on point. We've got a few things that the school has already achieved and excelled in. What is it that one thing that you would like to add on to, a trophy and say, now we've mastered this as well?
I must think of another thing now that we have not yet achieved. What is it?
Shortlist. It's a shortlist.
Because in sport,
there's no list. Yeah.
You see, we have developed rugby. When I came here, there was no rugby.
Yeah.
Then rugby now is being played by girls and is coached by a lady.
So maybe it's getting the rugby players to excel to the point that they join the Springboks and they join the Springboks women.
And look, we have developed a girl to go and sing. She's an opera singer now.
Wow.
You see her on TikTok now and again.
Wow.
So there is another boy who's tenor soloist, also is going up. And we have got learners from India, in India and elsewhere.
And you also mentioned one of your high achievers as well at school now is studying to be a doctor.
There are many of them that are in that profession.
Yeah.
You see, there are many of them.
So what's more to achieve? Just to continue.
I don't know, but all that I think we need to do is to produce more of this in them, and to sort of improve on their character and conduct. I know it has got an influence from the community.
Yes.
But at least we must take what we have here into the community to transform that community, instead of having what is bad in the community being brought to the school and so that it destroys the school. So my achievement, my goal is to make sure that we spread what we're doing. Other schools can also emulate what we're doing.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say I see and I do observe that when I came here, I had an impact on other schools. So this school has an impact on other schools. Other schools also aim high, just like we're doing.
Yes.
And I'm proud to say that it's so. You see, even when we have our prize giving here, our prize giving is all embracing. It's just big. But of course, we don't have enough space like grounds. We have to perfect our sporting facilities.
Yes.
We have to perfect. We have opened this broadly and bigger space, but we need to polish it up and add facilities and so on, so that we can also have boxers, have karate and so on, all those things. Because kids are gifted. You need to balance them, because not all of them will be bright, but all of them can be made to work hard, to become mediocres. But excellence must always be there.
Yes, excellence must always be there. Principal, before I let you go, what words would you like to impart to your students, your matriculants, as they are about to finish writing their exams and they move on to a higher level of education? The parents of Ebenezer, and also your staff, who you say work with you and they're team players, and, they see your vision, they support your vision for the school. What would you like to say to them? Of course, the learners as well.
This is what I would like to say to them.
Yeah.
This is our theme for this year. It says, high expectations are key to everything. After matric, there is still more.
Yes.
They must have high expectations as being key to everything they do. It does not end with matric. Instead, things start to happen now. You get directed now specifically to what is it that you're going to be excelling on. So, for me, I just say to them, all high expectations are key to everything. Even when you get to real life now, you are not a child. You must always stick to that. High expectations are key to everything. You must expect highly. Don't just sleep. Ukhone, ucinge family into zizakwenzeka, uthi uzawuphupha. No. Suphupha ngoku, kufuneka kwenzeke.
Principal Pakade, thank you so much for your time. Sabulela kakhulu for even allowing us to sit with you in your office and have this conversation and just pick your brain as well on how this school functions with your leadership, obviously. So we thank you so much and we wish you all the best as you move on. It says 2017 to date, and I'm sure to date, till you retire. We wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this great exposure and opportunity for us to express some wishes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right, that is Girl Principal Pakade from Ebenezer Majombozi High School. Here is Punzana Kukombo expressing words of, encouragement to the community, to the learners, to his staff as well, and to the learners here at the high school. We appreciate his time. This is Connect and Learn, brought to you by the Voice Lounge in partnership with the Eastern Cape Department of Education. You're still tuned in to Connect and Learn here on the Voice Lounge, brought to you by the Department of Education. We are here chatting to, a school of excellence. We're chatting to the educators. We're chatting to the principal as well. And now we have Inonyela when it comes to physical science, someone who's made the #1 spot in the national platform, and it's also, one of those people who achieves 92%, 91% pass rates when it comes to physical science. I've got Miss Zanele Saleni. Miss Saleni, good morning, good afternoon, and happy Wednesday to you, or Tuesday. What day is it today? But how are you today? Thank you so much for joining us at the Voice Lounge.
Hi, Sissy. I am so well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. We are here at the school today because it's one of those schools that have shown excellence time and time again. Each year, the pass rates when it comes to matric results, when it comes to just the learners in general, has been quite high. And we're speaking to Principal Pakade, and he was talking about teamwork, and he was talking about how involving the teachers, the learners, and also, the staff of the school to work together in achieving these high marks. Can you tell me, what do you think makes the school such an excellent school when it comes to physical science?
What makes the school such a good school, an excelling school when it comes to physical sciences is, one, learners, they have got culture of learning. Now, if the school has got a culture of learning, it makes it easy to have abantwana passing such a difficult subject as physical sciences. But what actually has assisted over the years is a collaboration that we have as educators.
Yes.
That when you look at abantwana that are doing physical sciences, you don't look at them as learners that are doing physical sciences only. We get to collaborate with other educators that are doing different subjects, just to check up on performance that, okay, I have got learner A that is performing like this in physical sciences, and then you check up, what is their performance in maths? What is their performance in life sciences? That has assisted. But moreover, all that, we also have got a collaboration within e-educators, as I say, Duncan Village alone. Over the years, that has assisted to improve not only e-results, the physical sciences in Ebenezer, but e-results of physical sciences in whole cluster yalapha Kusile. We call it a Kusile cluster.
Yes.
It covers izikolo zalapha eSphunzana, generally, that during e-revision, we come together as educators from this cluster and revise with abantwana. So more than anything, it's a collaboration that we have as educators within the institution, and a collaboration that we have established with educators of physical sciences in eZiphunzana in general. Yes.
And, with physical science and all the other STEM subjects, most abantwana nowadays, they're very scared, they're uncertain if they should take the subjects or not and participate. But can you just share with us the value and the importance of our learners to just take upon that, that challenge, because it was quite challenging, to be part of that pool of students who partake and take the subjects as part of STEM, which is engineering, we've got the sciences, obviously, and all these other subjects?
I usually say I teach grade 9, natural sciences. And then at FET level, I teach physical sciences from 10 to 12. I usually say to my learners when they do grade 9 that doing physical sciences, maths and technology, it is not difficult to master them for as long as you put your mind into it.
Yes.
Over the years, we don't even get to a point whereby we negotiate with learners to do maths and physics, because what have happened over the years, there has been an improvement in the pass rate of maths and physics. And that alone has been one thing that attracts learners to do maths and physical sciences. I'll make an example. Last year in grade 10, we had close to 100 learners that were doing maths and physics.
Yes.
Tell you what, in grade 10 this year, we've got 170. It's all about having to unleash a potential on the learners, having to have them interested in doing physical sciences as early as grade 8 and 9. And what has worked for our school to have our learners being interested in doing maths and physical sciences, it is to have physical science educators teaching natural science as early as grade 8, as early as grade 9. So it makes them to be interested in doing science because they are having that basics. So when you talk about the pre-knowledge or the prior knowledge in grade 10 and grade 11, they are able to relate because we find out that some of the content that is covered in grade 12, it is covered as early as grade 8. So if you do not have a teacher that is teaching physical sciences at FET band that would do natural sciences in grade 8 and 9, then you'd end up losing learners. They would end up not being interested to partake in maths and physical sciences when they get to grade 10 and grade 11. What also assists it is the clubs that our school has. There is a science club, which is run by our educators. Learners, they get to be part of the ESCOM Expo as early as grade 8 and grade 9. There's also e-robotics club, where our learners are able to do e-robotics and coding. They start early as in grade 8 and 9. So as they get to FET band, already they have decided that I want to do science. So already they have got skills on doing the science in general, and they have got that interest because that potential of them mastering maths and natural science has been unleashed as early as their grade 8 and 9.
So, Ms. Saleni, if I'm getting this right, you've got over 100 learners taking physical science.
169 this
169 this year.
That's grade
and
10.
In the previous years, you've managed to reach over a 90% pass rate. How? How? Because I'm thinking of the numbers as well, how do, as educators in a school where you get so many students, like how do you manage that and still achieve such excellent results?
It takes experience. It takes that has got teachable spirit. It takes that can collaborate with other educators. It takes that as much as you are experienced, you are able to take good practice from other educators. I started teaching physical sciences in 2020, grade 12. That was my first grade 12. And tell you what, the percentage then was 60 something. That was 2020. That was my first metric class. Obviously, you come back following year having new strategies. So I had to strategize. But more than anything, there's been different intervention. You should be an educator that is open to different interventions that are brought by the department, by the district, by the school. Because it's not about when I as an individual. When the department is bringing those interventions, they're not saying when I as an educator you are failing, but they're trying to achieve one of the goals that they have of having learners doing physical sciences and passing physical sciences. I think it's goal number 6 in one of Ipolis's Zabo. So there have been different interventions that were brought by the department in our school. There's a guy from Jen, Mr. MK. He's assisting the school having extra classes because I think they got to a point whereby they know Ebenezer is one of the schools that has got high enrollment. So when they bring such interventions, you should be an educator that is open to such so that you are able to work hand in hand with those people that they bring. More than that, there is Ukutranong. There's a Ukutranong Promaths program, which I am part of. I think since 2022, when I started working at Ukutranong, I got to a point whereby I believe in myself that I am the best educator that I never thought I am. And then from then, results they started to shooting high. So these high results in physical sciences in this institution, they started going up in 2022 when my learners started obtaining 84%. I think we were having 3 distinctions then. And then one of educators from this institution, obviously I'm one of the young educators, came to me to say, Ebenezer. So at least having educators, when you're having co-workers that would clap hands when you are doing good.
Yes.
Also, it feel good about it. And then following year, obviously, you have got that thing when I have to maintain. You just have to maintain. So following year, I came with 81, which was a drop. But what helped me to have Lando 80, I have worked. It was an increase in the number of learners that have got a distinction, which I think it increased to 6 learners having distinctions.
Yeah.
But last year's group worked very well because that is the group that obtained 92%.
Yes.
And when we talk of 92%, we talk of 92% of 67 learners doing physical sciences in grade 12,
Wow.
which is one of enrollment as a high within EPCM as a district. And within that 67 learners obtaining 92% with 10 distinction,
Sure.
that was a bonus. So, but even on obtaining all those good results,
Yes.
it's collaboration with other educators, because when you get to Kukranong, you work with other educators. So you need to learn practices as good from them.
Yes.
Copy some styles, obviously, and implement them. Ebantwaneni. But more than anything, as you work with abantwana, you have to get to a point whereby we're to their level of understanding,
Yes.
be ichomiabo and be able to work and understand them. But at this point,
Now, I want to talk about your love for science. What is it that you love so much about science that I feel when I'm listening to you now and you're talking about, your students and so on, that you are able to impart kubo so that they fall in love with the subject as well and they get to reach high excellent results?
Yo. I think I need to be honest with you now that initially I never wanted to be an educator.
Okay.
It never crossed my mind that I would be utishala. That's one. But what happened is I did BSc. I think there are a lot of graduates, the BSc, that would end up being itishala.
Yes.
So I did BSc at university. But when I realized that I could not get umsebenzi, I saw a lot of peers doing PGCE. I was like, okay, let me try it, because back home they need you to start working, they need you to have income and. But when I joined education, I started working at Mzomhle, a school that is in Stekspruit. I realized that there's a need for good science educators, because when I joined that institution, those learners were not taught for almost a year because there was scarce of educators that are doing maths and physical sciences. So I then realized that there is a need for me to be the best educator that I can be, so that my province can improve. I did not do any of degrees within institutions like Eastern Cape. So having to come to Eastern Cape and so I had to change the mindset and try and be the best that I can be. So for the benefit of Abantwana Base Eastern Cape. And that has made me love education in general. And then I started obviously improving level of education. I did honors and I specialized in science education. When I specialized in science education, then I realized I need to be the best science educator that Eastern Cape needs more than anything. So that's when then I developed the love for teaching physical sciences. And then I joined Ebenezer Majombozi. When I joined Ebenezer Majombozi, I think I joined it the same year that Mr. Pakade was joining Ebenezer, which is 2017. The principle that he is, that you'd come with the initiative or you'd come with the project to say, there's this project, I want to take my learners to Mercedes-Benz. There's this project, I want to take my learners for a science expo. He supports it. So having a leader that would support each and every initiative that you come for the benefit, that you come with for the benefit of Abantwana, also makes you to feel, I've got support from my institution. So obviously, you'd work very hard that you do not disappoint that individual that is supporting whatever it is that you have in mind for the benefit of abantwana. So love for physical science has improved over the years. But when I started teaching in this institution, I started teaching maths and physical sciences.
Yes.
But obviously, you have to specialize in one aspect of teaching. So I had to specialize with physical sciences because Ilaviam grew more and more. And Kengoku, having to have educators or co-workers that would come to you and say, you've changed the narrative of abantwana that are doing physical sciences. Yes. They're not only doing physical science, but they do physical sciences by it hand, that they enjoy it. It's very funny that that abantwana when they went for paper one, they went to examination singing amagwijo.
Wow.
And I think that was one of izinto that I enjoyed the most, that I'm having learners that are chilled going to examination rooms singing, happy, because they know that ground we've worked our ground. Their thing to do in that examination is to go and pass, because they know bana isidima sika Saleni funeka besiprojectile.
Yes.
So yeah.
I want to talk about the narrative. You said, you had educators coming to you and saying, wow, you've actually changed the narrative, when it comes to physical sciences, when it comes to maths, especially, the STEM subjects on its own, they've got their own narrative, especially when it comes to izikolo that are not what you call them Model C schools and all those schools. What do you say to people who still think that, isikole esithile cannot achieve, isikole esithile, will not be able to have great educators and great learners as well, especially in the physical sciences, in the engineering and technology, maths and other subjects?
Sure. It starts with an individual. It starts with when I as an individual, what are you there for? That's what's called.
Yeah.
Two is that what support has been given to that individual, because you can start as an educator that does not have passion with education, because you join education you did PGCE, so it was just about of money and. But over the years, iyatshintsha indlela oviewisa ngayo izinto. If you were to look at this institution, we talk about 92% pass rate of physical sciences, and we talk about 10 distinctions. If I were to tell you that we are only using the chalkboard to teach physical sciences, and we do not have a laboratory, because if you're teaching physical sciences, obviously there's a practical work that has to be done, and but you come to this institution, there's a traditional way of teaching it, because there are no laboratories, there are no chemicals, there's nothing, literally there's nothing on the ground that would make abantwana interested on doing physical science. You can't even make demonstration. Sure. But it abantwana ba innovative. If you've seen Eastern Cape, it has changed education as a Eastern Cape, because there are a lot of young educators that are coming up with different teaching strategies.
Yes.
So having to work with institution that has nothing that supports science, like literally, buildings they don't support teaching physical sciences. Asna laboratory, asna nix.
Yeah.
Asna chemicals, asna nix. So you have to when innovative,
yes,
that in your class you make use of ICT. I think what made me to was no integrator to such is the topic that I did when I was doing my honors, the integration of ICT in teaching sciences.
Yes.
It was not only about theory. I had to apply all of that. When I applied that and pass rate abantwana actually improved, then I decided, even if abantwana can't able to touch and smell chemicals, at least when I talk of titration, saying there's a color change, they can be able to see that.
Yes.
So I make use of ICT integration to teach and enhance teaching and learning of physical sciences. And besides that, there's now your augmented reality videos that you have to integrate in your teaching and learning. You have to make use of that. You'd have universities like IWUSU, they've extended their hand for Izkolo in PCM that you can bring your learners to our institution. We can perform few practicals for them. So the only thing that is there for them now to do every now and then when I want to take abantwana bam to WUSU is to go to a principal to say, I've got 50 learners that I need to take to WUSU so that they do practicals. So you need to be umtu that comes with his strategies so that abantwana, they get interested in doing this physical sciences. Ingabi ila physical science that is boring because you don't have ezizinto iba bore abantwana, you are only teaching where otetayo and they have got nothing to do. You integrate, make them bangenele Olympiads.
Yes.
At least they are amongst the best learners within the province. They are among the best learners within the country.
Yes.
So that has assisted me to change the whole narrative about physical science being the difficult subject. It's no longer viewed as a difficult subject. If you were to go to grade 9s upper eskolweni and interview them, what subject you want to do? They all want to do physical sciences because when they are viewing it from their lens, seeing abantwana bevuya going to the examination room, they think, oh, so that has been changed. This institution is no longer an institution where you'd have learners that are seeing it difficult in the physical sciences. Last year I had a learner that changed in grade 10. He was doing e-commerce. He changed in grade 11 to do physical sciences, fully fledged physical science, maths and life sciences. Tell you what, that learner was among top learners that were part of the 10 distinctions that we talk about in matric class of 2024. So the whole perspective around physical science being a difficult subject has changed. So it's a good thing that our learners are no longer fearing physics as a subject, but they know as much as it is difficult, it's doable.
Can you share with us, Ms. Saleni, the value or the importance of having our children take part in these subjects, the STEM subject? I think now, holistically now, not just for them, but, for the career choices that they'll make and also, just for South Africa as a whole, when they go and plug into these different careers?
When learners are doing STEM subjects, they are able, when they get to university, they would be able to apply for any course. That's what I usually say to my grade 9s when I orientate them for career or subject choices that they need to take in grade 10. But more than anything, if a learner is doing maths, science, technology, that learner does not really need, as a parcel at university, does not really need to have a boss.
Yes.
Because we have got in South Africa. But say a learner has done maths and physics at a university level, he has done engineering. That learner can do something outside of being umtu that is employed, can be self-employed and get imali over that. So it gives them his skills to be able to sustain themselves outside of having umsebenzi or having a boss that they go on day-to-day 7 to 6 o'clock. So it assists them to gain his skills so that they are not running the rat race that we are running every day. So yeah, subjects science zivula ingqondo yabantwana, they are able to stand on their own, they are able to think outside the box, they are able to be abantu that are innovative. Nowadays, kwenziwe robots. Abantwana bethu, if they're not doing maths and science, how are they going to get into coding and robotics? Nowadays, we talk of bridges that are done by abantu that have done civil engineering. If we're not having abantwana that are doing maths and science, how are they going to get there and do such? And I usually say to my learners, as much as all other courses, they would require you to do certain subjects, but if you have done maths and physics, are core course that you cannot do. You can get to university and specialize in accounting. You can get to university and do LLB.
Yes.
It's all up to wena. So is them subjects. They make abantwana to be able to think out of the box and be innovative, come up with different projects. There are things like ESCOM Expo that we get to expose our learners that they do projects. Like you'd have abantwana talking of water purification, they come up with their own prototypes on purifying water. Obviously, if that learner has done that project at as early as grade 8, if that learner does not get umsebenzi, can think of that project that he once did in grade 8 and then try and maneuver it and change it and have it as a project that is actually working. And some people would buy that and you get money out of that. So, yeah.
You mentioned that, when it comes to certain subjects, you've got robotics now, Nyafundisa, as well as other things. How do you do that with robotics, because anina, tools of the trade? Nenzanjani. No, maybe it's just speaking to the department as well, to say, listen, we're a school that we are interested in, we're doing these things, we are pushing the way Senzangayo, but obviously if you could lend a hand in certain things, it would boost the confidence of the learners, it would help improve Nati as we teach these subjects.
I think they started last year doing robotics and coding. They do that as phone in Zab with their own cell phones. Yes, obviously with an assistance of educators.
Yes.
There are 2 educators that are heading that. This year when they went for a competition, there are competitions. This year when they went for competition, obviously when they go for a competition, you'd have as a requirements a competition that learners should not use their own electronic devices, they should use laptops and whatnot and what. And unfortunately, our learners, they did not have that. So our learners had to be lent, or had to be laptops by Itishal. So we are collaborating as educators, as much as Bana, it's not your project, but when abantwana are in need of such a device, we are nyanzeleka. So when they go for competitions that would say mabasebenzise laptops, babolekelwa from laptops, the educators, so that they are able to go there and do coding and robotics. But it becomes difficult for them because they are used on coding with their cell phones. So it becomes a different device now that they are using laptops. So the transition between coding with the cell phone to coder the laptop, it then becomes difficult. But they are exposed to even competitions, coding and robotics.
Nice.
I think with years, we are going to get funds and have them coding from scratch with devices that are bigger as laptops or Chromebooks, so that when they get to other stages, the competition, it's easy for them to use such devices. Probably they would come back with a win. We are hoping for that.
Yeah, I'm sure one day is one day.
Yeah.
I trust you guys. Does it ever happen when you go to the national awards now, when, they are obviously awarding and also recognizing teachers who are excelling in their different subjects and the schools as well? Do you ever get physical science teachers coming from other schools going, hey, when's Ajani? How do you get 10 distinctions? How do you get 92%? Help us out.
I've been getting recognition so much over the years. I think yonke into zeklonyaka and overwhelm a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. This year, previous years, I think 2022, 2023, it's only a subject advisor that has been awarding us. I think Ionando is said about being education is that if they talk of awards, they would look at teachers that have obtained 100%, and nobody actually looks at 100% of what. Because if you get to a setup where they are analyzing results, they'll talk about an educator that has obtained 100% in physical sciences. And when you sit down and look, by 20 abantwana bakhe versus abantwana bami bayi 100, and it needs to be grounded because it's liyeza anyway. So abantwana have been getting good results. The high enrollment school, obviously it's hard for me to hit la level of getting 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, but abantwana they did turn around this year, and I got the recognition from a district level. Metric class of 2024, they obtained 92%. Not only 92%, but good quality. That was recognized, and I was given an award to be the best performing physical science educator.
Yes.
So that was a blow. It is strictly and recognized. They exist. And then I was called for Ezinye awards at a second level. I was awarded for obtaining 92. I was like, okay, second one.
Yes.
And then I was approached to enter for NTA National Teachers Awards. I was like, yo, they're more. So it needs consistency.
Yes.
Putting be consistent because abanye abantu might not see what you are doing at the level that you are, because when now you are having high enrollment, and so when they get to analyze the results, obviously the analysis would look at as a results is your 100%, your 90s. They hardly go to our 80s because almost everyone is getting that.
Yes.
But you need to be consistent because over time, abantwana will get to a point whereby they perform to that level of performance where you get to get a recognition. So when other educators started to approach me when I entered for NTA, why are you entering for NTA? I'm like, guys, I'm among good educators in the Eastern Cape. So I have to be part of as the awards so that I showcase what I have been doing good over the years. And when they ask how am I doing it, I think I usually say collaboration, have teachable spirit, understand abantwana, understand co-workers zakho, because we get to have eza quarrels about hayibo kudala urevise abantwana nami ndiyabafuna, so funeka ukwazi usebenza ne-co-workers zakho that you'd say, okay, I can only use them for an hour, you can have them after that. If that is the case, it makes your life easy. But to recognize the department, you have to work your ground, you have to be consistent and get to that level of understanding it. I might not be recognized at a higher level of recognition, but for as long as I know the results that I am getting, is consistent, increase year in and out, there's something that I am doing good in the institution that I am in.
Ms. Saleni, thank you so much for your time. I think the last thing I want to ask though is, if you've got a message for your learners who've just wrote, their last matric exam, and also for the learners that are going to be coming to your class, wanting to be part of that 92% achievement rate as well when they come to your class, and just for, the principal, for the school, and just for Punza.
Yo, for abantwana bam ababepasa imatric. Oh, I love them. If you guys were to follow my TikTok, you'd understand the relationship that I have with abantwana. I love them more than I love anyone.
Oh man, yeah.
Yes. So they know inhliziyo yam. I said it to them that a target is 100%. I am not leaving anyone behind.
Yes.
So they know. So if wherever they are, guys, 100%, please, because we have to keep the momentum. We have to keep the pass rate that we are having. With abantwana that are going to do physical sciences, oh shame. Brace yourself for extra classes. Brace yourself for extra time, because you need to be a dedicated learner for you to do maths and physical sciences. You need to ulibale about groove, ulibale about fun, and make maths and physical sciences your type of fun. With Punza, I see Sebenzili ground.
Yeah.
I am so much happy that I think It is this year that I even had a vlog on my socials that says if ungumzali nomntana that is doing matric physical sciences ngo 2025 as Punzana and uhleli endlini aka revise Ebenezer or revise up because it is only this year that all the schools around as Punzana they came to have a revision. We usually collaborate with Kusile and Ikakamba during our revision classes. But this year it was extended to as far as Skolosim, what's that? Erestin.
Yeah.
Yes, they came for a revision. We had Iskolo, East London High.
Yes.
They came for revision. We had Alphandale, we had Greenpoint. So in the Nigeze Lunda that I am able to host Ilima. They called it Ilima revision classes now. When we started, it did not have Ikama. We were just revising, collaborating within the three institutions. Kulonyaka yakula kakulu. So we have got his Punzana covered. It's up to abantwana Punzana. But what is it that they do, Bona? But Tina, we've got their back. We've got their back.
Ms. Saleni, thank you so much for your time. We truly appreciate your hard work that you're putting in, and I'm sure now the learners, the principal, the parents as well appreciate the work.
Yeah, appreciate ourselves. I think Nyan, your principal Aisha, we support Indian Maths and Physical Sciences.
Yes.
When we started the Ilima revision classes, was Tandazela Bantwana.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
that was nice. When Abandona would revise, we had long periods of a revision. He would revise the whole day because Abandona were not writing. He would come just randomly. Afike besozela. Pakamani scratch.
Yeah.
His support share more than anything. I salute him. Because
Miss Saleni. Right, that was Miss Saleni, who is a high achiever when it comes to physical sciences and is also just showing the importance of STEM subjects. And I think the most important thing that we've learned from her is that, you know, to be a great educator, you must have a teachable spirit, you must be able to collaborate, and you must have a love and a passion for what you do. This is Connect and Learn coming to you from The Voice Lounge, www.thevoicelounge.co.za. Still tuned into Connect and Learn here on The Voice Lounge. We are still at Ebenezer Majombozi High School. Now is the time for us to chat to the learners who are high achievers. I mean, the school is full of achievers. The teachers are achievers. You know, the principal is also a high achiever. But now we're speaking to the learners who came back and brought back 250,000 Rand for the school when they joined and they won the Investec Promaths Social Challenge competition in Johannesburg. Molweni, guys, any right?
Hello, ma'am. All good, and you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. Now, let's speak first to you, Lusango. You know, you're one of the group of 7 students that came back with this massive, massive prize. Kaucho, how did it feel for you, to go and compete on a national level and win a prize?
It felt revolutionary. It was very inspiring, and it was also, it felt relief because we worked hard for it.
Yeah.
And it showed that we worked hard for it in our results. Yeah.
All right, let's speak to you now. Moluka. What does your name mean?
Moluka. Moluka Angeline.
Yeah. Moluka Angeline.
Yeah.
Very beautiful eyes, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Uchi and Ulusango, it was revolutionary. How would you describe one other win?
I could say the same thing. It groomed us into the people that we are namhlanje. We grew.
Yeah.
That's what I could say. I gained a lot of skills from it, presentation skills, research skills, getting to work with these amazing people, building a relationship with new people because we never had a relationship with them. And then getting to win was something I did not expect. Getting into a plane for the first time, like everything was just so amazing.
New experiences.
Yeah.
New experiences. Let's move on to you and, new experiences, revolutionary, building new relationships, working with different people. What do you think it took for you guys as a team? You know, and Azani, now you are put together in a team to get to, you know, to this level that you got to. What did it take, do you think, for everyone? What effort did you have to put in to make sure that you guys, you know, compete on a national level?
So I think it took a lot of collaboration, right? It took hard work and it took consistency and determination from all sides. It was not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 7. We're all opinionated people.
Yes.
Everyone wants to put their opinion on the table, right? We are debaters.
Yeah.
We want to get our opinion across, right? Now, if the captain says we have to do something like this and we feel like we have to do it like another way, right? Obviously, like there's going to be debates, there's going to be disagreements and all that. But we had to find common ground. We had to consider, why are we doing this? Right? It was very important for us to have a common goal and understand what we need to do, when we need to do that, and why we need to do it. Right? Those are the things that were able to ground us and bring us back, and just to have a purpose and be willing to follow that purpose, and just be willing to learn and work together, because at the end of the day, as much as Sasingazani, right, but we are from the same school, like we've seen each other, we know Obani can be good at this, right, but it just took us to just come together and just bring something out that is going to be beautiful and groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking, that's the word to use. Collaboration, groundbreaking, and being able to work together. Now, Nyamuya, you guys have been announced as the winners. You get to the school. How was that feeling? Coming back to the school, and you know, you have your peers, you have, you know, your principal, you have the educators at the school saying, "Wow, guys, you did this."
It was exciting. Like the entire process as itself, like, was very, very like fun as entirely.
Yeah.
When we came back, we were like, there were a lot of people actually congratulating us. But like, regardless of the fact that we were happy and everything else, but like, they didn't actually see how, like, the time that we invested in like achieving, in being number one and stuff. So regardless of the fact that it was exciting, like, I was mostly excited about the fact that like, I learned a new experience, new skills. I learned how to work with others, because I personally like was given a task on the solutions. And so the fact that all of us are top achievers, meaning that we see problems differently, and that will result in us solving a particular problem in different ways. So it led to debates and stuff. But regardless of the fact that we were debating and like fighting and stuff, but like, we learned how to like collaborate with one another and like seeing the best solution for a particular problem. So yeah.
So what would you say to other learners who have not partaken in this process and this, you know, this program that you did, and obviously go together and, you know, learn to work together? What would you say to them coming in the next years? The value of participating in such initiatives?
I'm not a person that loves participating in competitions, but I would advise them to like try it. You know, like you won't know what you learn from trying something. Like 90% of our lives is like just showing up. Try and like see the optimistic side of things, regardless of the fact that maybe like you're not a person that enjoys competition. But just try it and then see for yourself what you will learn from it.
All right. Okay, tell me, what have you learned being here at this school? You know, you're in grade 11, you said.
Yes.
And next year it's grade 12, and you'll be leaving the school soon after that. What have you learned?
A lot, right? But I'm just gonna like mention a few. So I've been here since grade 8. It's been a journey and a half, I'll say that. I've learned to know myself. I have been built, yes, academically, but more than anything, I think I have learned social skills, which I believe they will continue to just build me and to the future as well. I have learned to know the people around me. I have learned to be self-aware, right? My teachers have told me that My friends have taught me that. I have learned to make good relations with people, right? I know like the primary goal of an educational institution is to teach children, right? But when I got here and when I got to Ebenezer, and what I am still getting is not only education, right? So it is also like, I'm also getting like lessons and skills from a social aspect as well, right? And a personal aspect also, right? So that is why I was not even able to describe the school in one word, because it is just a lot, right? I remember I was doing a speech the other day as a reply learner during the awards ceremony. And I just told the parents that Ebenezer is such a rounded school because it builds abantwana like in so many different aspects, right? So it's very innovative. There is no sport that you can never find up. You can find cricket, you can find volleyball, you can find basketball, right? It is a township school, right? We get that. But for a township school to be that grounding and developing of abantwana baso, that is a very good thing to see, right? So as umntwana that is willing to participate and umntwana that is willing to learn, you are able to get a lot from Ebenezer, right? So I've learned like a lot of things, but I believe I've tried to mention a few.
No, we definitely got a few, and that is quite inspiring as well. I think for abantwana who will be watching this, they can get a sense of, it doesn't matter which school you go to. If the school is focused on producing learners like you guys, then, you know, what's there to look down on? Now, a message to the parents. Would you have a message to the parents?
To the parents.
Bring your kids here.
Okay. To the parents, like as a whole.
Parents as Punza, you know?
As Punza.
Yeah. You want them to understand what you guys are getting out of the school.
I could say they should bring their children to such schools and remove that mentality of thinking that public schools aren't worthy of it, but then they should rather look at the school, like the activities that the school undergoes and all of that. Umzekelo, Ebenezer, it's a public school, but then it's not on the other side of it. So they should take their kids to such schools that they know that will build abantwana babo into being better individuals and succeed. Yeah.
Future doctors, future scientists, future, presidents, future Miss Essays, future doctors. Clock it? Am I clocking it? Am I clocking it? Lastly, you are leaving high school this year. You're writing your final exams. What message do you have for the ones that you are leaving behind at the school?
Don't let anyone tell you the sky is the limit when there are footprints on the moon.
Wow. Wow.
This is to say that there are many things that are still yet to be done in the school. Although we have reached such high heights, you may think that you can't reach anything above what we've ever achieved, but that is not true in the slightest. There's still so much to achieve, and you can achieve whatever it is that you wish to achieve in your corner. You don't have to even achieve in terms of academics if you don't think that academics are for you. You can achieve in terms of sports, you can achieve in terms of activities such as the one that we participated in at Investec.
Yes.
So I think to the ones that are left behind at school, that are still in high school, I think that's the message I want to share to them. Continue pushing forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Are we clocking it? Are we clocking it? Thank you so much, guys. And we wish you all the best as you continue with your high school career, and you guys are leaving high school as well. We wish you all the best, and may you continue, building your characters, being the brave people that you are, and also putting the name of this school to higher heights. So thank you so much. Koska Kulu. Thank you. Right, and that's how we close off this section of Connect and Learn, connecting and learning with higher learning, higher successful students here as Punzana. The sky is not the limit.
The Voice Lounge, where voices come to life.